Welcome back to 360 Sports Network's podcast series, The Road to the Final Four. In this podcast series, we break down every conference tournament and see who could get the automatic bids into the big dance. You can follow us on Twitter at 3S Network, and you can follow our website, 360sportsnetwork.com, for all of your sports information, and of course with the bubble predictions and the bracket breakdowns come Selection Sunday. I'm James Dotson, and in today's podcast we want to look at the Pac-12 Conference Championship. And again, the Pac-12 just not as strong as fans would like it to be. Really, no team has locked their berth at this point. California, currently the number 1 seed in the tournament, 23-8, but their strength of schedule at 103 doesn't help. Oregon, 22-8, strength of schedule 87, doesn't help. The only thing good for them, they ended their season with a win, unbelievably. Washington, 21-9, strength of schedule 86, RPI 58, not looking good. Arizona, 21-10, with a strength of schedule 131 and RPI 78. Right now, I think Arizona is out. I don't think that with their strength of schedule being that low, unless they can make a run all the way to the championship game, I just don't see them as the team who can make the tournament. I think the only two that have a chance at making at-large bids are the 1 and 2 seeds, Washington and California. But both teams being said, even if only 1 or 2 teams make the tournament, you saw this last year. The teams that do make the tournament from the Pac-12 seem to fare well. They just don't look good on paper to begin the season, and that's why they have trouble in terms of getting the bid to begin with. Alright, well, let's look at the actual Pac-12 tournament for a minute. And honestly, of the top 4 teams, again, Washington and California are the only teams that I like their second round matchups. Coming off the bye especially, and with some of these teams, Arizona just lost to Arizona State, who is 250 and below in the RPI. That's not good. And that tells me, not only for the committee members, but just tells me from an eye test, that you don't want to be picking Arizona in your brackets. I don't see them going far. I really like, honestly, as a dark horse candidate, the Colorado Buffaloes. They haven't had the greatest season. They are 19-11 right now, but they are 5th in the Pac-12. They have the number 6 ranking, but they are tied for 5th. And the reason I like them is that they have 4 players averaging 10 points or more per game, another one averaging 9, and another one averaging 6. They all score well. The other thing I like about him is Andre Roberson. He averages a double-double per game. He averages just as many rebounds as points per game, over 11 each time he takes the court. And this is a really, really good thing to be able to have a player who is so dominant down in the paint, especially in a conference which doesn't shoot well this year. So again, to have this player who will go out there and get all the rebounds and dominate down low, he can be a tough matchup. And that's why I have them going to the finals, but I don't see them beating Washington. Washington, to me, has just been too good. The fact of the matter is, even with a 14-4 record, there's not much that has been perfect, but when you have 2 players who are averaging 15 points or more per game, and it's a good inside-out combination in Tony Rotten and Terrence Ross, I think those two just will really lead the way, and you can't forget about C.J. Wilcox with everything he does for the team as well. And down the stretch, 86% from the foul line, a great man to have. I like the Huskies. I think they could actually go far in the tournament as a Pac-12 team. Surprise, surprise. Well, that's it for the Pac-12 breakdown. You can follow us on Twitter at 3S Network for all the latest tournament bracket updates. And of course, 360sportsnetwork.com is your place to be for anything and everything in the NCAA tournament. For 3SN, I'm James Dotson. Have a good night.